In 2025, YouTube announced that they paid out over $100 billion to creators worldwide. It sounds like a success story, a platform empowering millions of people to make a living doing what they love. But this isn't the full story. Because YouTube isn't in the business of supporting creators, it's in the business of selling you. Every single minute, 500 hours of new video content gets uploaded to YouTube. That's more content in one day than you could watch in an entire lifetime. And yet, the vast majority of it will never be seen. Not because it's bad, not because it lacks effort, but because most creators don't understand what YouTube actually is. They think it's a creative platform, a meritocracy where the best content wins. It isn't. YouTube is one of the most sophisticated attention trading systems ever created. And once you understand how it really works, everything else falls into place. In this video, we're going to break down the real business model behind YouTube, why the algorithm isn't what you think it is, and how the platform's incentives shape everything you watch. Because the truth is, YouTube has never been about creativity, it's about control. Let's start with a simple question. What does YouTube actually sell? Most people would say videos. Creators would say opportunity, but the real answer is far more calculated. YouTube sells audiences. Think about it. Every video you watch, every thumbnail you click, every second you spend on the platform generates data. Where you paused, when you left, what you watched next, YouTube collects all of it. And then it packages that data into precise audience segments that advertisers pay billions to access. In 2025 alone, YouTube generated $36 billion in advertising revenue. That's more than the entire global music industry, and it's all built on one thing: your attention. Here's how it works. You, the viewer, are the product. Advertisers are the customers, and creators, they're the suppliers. Unpaid labor producing the content that keeps you scrolling. YouTube doesn't need to pay creators upfront because millions of people will do it for free, hoping to be the next big thing. The platform takes a cut of ad revenue, pays creators just enough to keep them motivated, and keeps the system running. It's brilliant, and it's ruthless. This is why YouTube prioritizes metrics like click-through rate, watch time, and session duration above everything else. Not because it cares about quality, but because attention is the only currency that matters. A professionally produced documentary that took 6 months to make will lose to a 10-minute reaction video shot on a phone if the reaction video keeps people watching longer. That's not a flaw in the system, that's the system working exactly as it's intended. When creators' videos fail, they blame the algorithm. YouTube's algorithm is broken. The algorithm isn't showing my content. The algorithm hates small channels. But here's the thing, the algorithm isn't broken. It's just not working for you. YouTube's recommendation system is a machine learning model trained on billions of data points. It doesn't have opinions. It doesn't play favorites. It has one objective: maximize watch time across the platform. Every time a video gets recommended, YouTube is making a prediction. Will this viewer click? Will they watch? Will they stay on YouTube afterward? If the answer is yes, the video gets promoted. If the answer is no, it doesn't. It's that simple. This is why thumbnails and titles matter more than production quality, why the first 30 seconds of a video determine its success, why pacing, editing, and storytelling structure are everything. YouTube doesn't care if your video deserves views. It cares whether viewers' behavior signal that they want it. The algorithm isn't mysterious. It's just efficient, ruthlessly, brutally efficient. And it's designed that way for a reason, because YouTube isn't trying to surface the best content, it's trying to keep people watching as long as possible. Here's the part that no one talks about. Most creators will never make meaningful money from YouTube. The platform's income distribution follows what's called a power law. The top 1% of creators earn the vast majority of revenue, the bottom 90% fight over scraps. To put this into perspective, a channel with 10,000 subscribers might earn $200 to $500 per month from ads, if they're lucky. Millions of creators never reach that 1,000 subscriber threshold required for monetization. Even channels with millions of views often can't sustain themselves on AdSense alone. So how do successful creators actually make money? They stop thinking of YouTube as a job and start thinking of it as a distribution tool. Take MrBeast for example. He doesn't make his money from YouTube ads. He makes it from the businesses he's built using YouTube's reach. Feastables, MrBeast Burger, brand deals worth millions. YouTube gave him the audience. He turned that audience into leverage. The same pattern repeats across every successful creator. They diversify. Sponsorships, merchandise, courses, membership. They build brands that exist beyond the platform. Because relying on AdSense alone is a losing strategy. YouTube controls the payout, YouTube controls the algorithm, YouTube controls everything. The only way to win is to use this platform without being dependent on it. So does this mean creativity is dead on YouTube? Not exactly. What it means is creativity must operate within the platform's constraints. YouTube doesn't suppress creative videos, but it does amplify whatever generates the most engagement. And over time, that creates patterns. This is why successful formats get copied endlessly, why certain video structures dominate, why creators who blew up often start making content that looks nothing like what they originally envisioned. Some call it selling out, others call it evolution, but the reality is YouTube rewards creators who understand the rules, not those who ignore them. You can make whatever content you want, but if it doesn't align with what audiences click on, watch and share, the platform won't promote it. That's not moral judgment, it's just how the system works. The creators who succeed long term are the ones who find a way to express their vision within the framework YouTube rewards. They don't fight the platform, they work with it. And that's not a compromise, it's strategy. Once you see YouTube for what it really is, a business built on attention trading, everything makes sense. Why do thumbnails all look the same? Because pattern recognition works. Why do creators burn out? Because they're fighting a system designed to extract maximum output from minimum reward. Why does consistency matter? Because YouTube rewards channels that reliably deliver what their audience expects. This isn't a conspiracy. It's not evil, it's just business. And for creators, understanding this changes everything. You stop waiting for the algorithm to find you. You start designing content that aligns with how people actually consume media. You set realistic expectations. You build strategy instead of hoping for luck. YouTube is not a meritocracy, it's a marketplace. And like any marketplace, the people who succeed are the ones that understand the rules. If any of you have watched this far, I thank you so much. On this channel, we don't do hype. We don't sell shortcuts, we break down the real business models and power structures behind the platforms that shape modern media. Because if you want to succeed in the creator economy, you need to understand how the game is actually played. If that interests you, please consider liking and subscribing for more.